You seemed to settle in as the game went on tonight. How did you feel yourself being able to do that?
You're right. I mean, the third, fourth, and fifth inning, I definitely felt more comfortable. Command, like my sinker and slider were way better towards the end. Yeah, I mean, I didn't fall behind as much. I still was only, like I was kind of two-dimensional. I only had two pitches going, and I think they kind of knew that, where I didn't have the curve or change tonight. But to kind of get through those innings and kind of keep the ball on the ground, keep the ball down a little bit towards the end, I think it helped me out a lot.
How much of what you did in Houston a couple of weeks ago did you learn from and take into this game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I was bad in Houston. My sinker was not sinking at all. And we've been, working on that a lot. But the slider got better. Towards the end there, I just wasn't, if I was falling behind, I was getting back into counts. And when I was ahead, I was doing a better job of just, throwing better competitive pitches instead of kind of wasting time and beating around the bush a little bit. But got to be better, obviously. I know that I'm not going to, get as lucky as I did tonight sometimes on some of those hard hit balls in the infield. But we'll go back to the drawing board. I gotta get that third pitch going.
Was there a specific batter where you felt like it took hold, that you were settled in?
Off the top of not really. There in the fourth where Castellanos hit that triple on that slider that was not a good pitch. Getting out of that, I guess, throwing that. My sinker was way better in that at bat, and I think it was to Hicks. Or no, it wasn't. It was to Dixon. It was a lot better. I mean, I was able to run it in on him and get a grounder there and get out of that inning. But after that inning, it was definitely like I felt more comfortable, I would say.
2 walks and a wild pitch in the first 6 batters. Then Candelario hits the home run. Are you just telling yourself throwing strikes and you got one?
Yeah, I mean, my sinker was not sinking, and Candelario jumped on that pitch. I mean, it was out of the zone. Just wasn't the right pitch. I didn't have that secondary stuff in the beginning of the game to complement it. So it was a little bit easier for them to sit on the heater. But I mean, I obviously settled in. I felt a lot better. I felt a lot more comfortable. I wasn't as I don't want to say timid, but I was accelerating through the ball and kind of I think my presence on the mound was a lot better. So I think that had a lot more to do with it. After I got a 0 in the fourth there.
What do you adjust on the fly to make the sinker change in the middle of the game to improve?
It's a great question. Sometimes I'm throwing 2s and sometimes I'm throwing 1s. And I was probably throwing too many 2s there. And having the slider, like as long as I have the horizontal movement to complement it, then that sinker is obviously going to play a lot better. Like, as the game went on, my horizontal movement was way better, and I was able to locate it into righties where they I was getting them a little bit more sped up. But there's just little things, there's little adjustments you're trying to make, maybe side adjustments but as the game went on, I stuck to the 1 seam instead of the 2. The 2 wasn't doing anything.
What does having this offense that can add do for you out there, any pitcher, I guess? I
mean, it's unbelievable what they do every night. And obviously, I think we scored 8 tonight. I mean, when you have a lead like that, obviously, as a pitcher, you're just trying to, attack hitters, make them, if they're going to beat me, they're going to have to, earn their bases and kind of beat us and hit their way to catch up. So that's obviously, it's a lot easier to pitch in games like that. I mean, our offense is unbelievable.